stationed in Vietnam, combat infantry. On that day I was wounded by a landmine, which put me in the hospital for the next 12 months. Almost lost both limbs. They told me I'd never walk again. So unfortunately, for the last 42 years I've had approximately 54 surgeries, not counting the one last week, which is number 55. I've been on every kind of pain medication there is. Never in the 42 years were they able to stop anything but about 15% of the pain. And then one day my wife comes home and says, "Hey, I found out about this new thing, patches." Watched the video and I said, "There's no way. It's a waste of time. We're not going to do it." She went ahead and did it anyway, which she usually does. Put the pain patch on. My wrist was really bad. I had surgery in '06. They did a complete wrist replacement. Took it out, put a prosthesis in. And from day one, for the last 2 years, I've been in pain with this thing 24/7. So then what we did is we went to the meeting, got up, they patched me. My pain went from a 10 to a 1. Couldn't believe it. Absolutely unbelievable. So then I knew I had this surgery coming up. They were having to take the prosthesis out because it had broken. And I said, "You know, would this stuff help while I was in the hospital after surgery?" And they said, "Of course it will." So after the surgery and before the surgery, when I went in, I had a patch on my left foot, patch on my right foot, the pain patches. Came out of surgery, was just in miserable pain. Arm in a cast. They had cut my left hip open about 8 or 10 inches. They had to take a bone out of my hip to graft into my wrist where they did the replacement. They took it out, grafted the bone in. Like I say, I woke up, I was in miserable pain, just absolutely miserable. They had me on a morphine drip. Every 6 minutes I could push a button, get another shot. Plus every hour they would add 1 cc of morphine to that. Every 2 hours they would add 1 cc plus pain pills. Nothing was helping. I put the pain patches on, but I was such pain that I'm sure that I didn't have them in the right position or anything. So they found out that I was having problems with it. Dr. Q called one evening. I was laying in the hospital just moaning and groaning with a 10. After about 5 minutes of talking to her and replacing the patches on my wrist on the outside of the cast, I was from a 10 to a 1. Next day I had hardly any pain medication at all. Doctors came in and thought something was wrong. You know, what's this miracle? I told them about the patches. They had a raised eyebrow like, "Yeah, right." So 3 days later I was going to be discharged. Went up, they cut the cast off. I had the pain patches on the outside of it. Still was at a 1 at the most. And the doctor cut the cast off. Looked at the wound, which was about 10 inches long. They had to make it so large in order to get the prosthesis out. And he recast it. As soon as he was finished, I went back to my hospital bed and put my patches back on. Kept the pain down. When I was discharged, I noticed a note from the physician, the orthopedic surgeon. It says, "No longer complaining of pain, is using a IceWave," which he spelled L-E-F-E, "pain relieving patches over wrist, self-treatment. Okay to DC patient home today, decline pain meds." And today, I am still pain-free.
There you go.
All right.
Sounds good, Tom.